Fahrenheit is one of Hersheypark's most unique roller coasters. It is an Intamin vertical lift roller coaster, which is the only one of its kind. It stands 121 feet tall, has 2,700 feet of track, reaches a top speed of 58 miles per hour, and has 6 inversions. And this coaster is a great ride. This is our full-length, in-depth review of Fahrenheit and our comments about what you can expect when you go to Hersheypark to ride this coaster. Now, let's get into the review. When you first get to Hersheypark, Fahrenheit is one of the first coasters you will see in the park's skyline. Its bright orange track and blue supports pop quite nicely, making it easy to recognize. While Fahrenheit is easy to spot in the Hersheypark skyline, it is not the first coaster you encounter when you enter the park. That honor goes to Candemonium. Fahrenheit is actually located in the Pioneer Frontier section of the park and sits directly across from the Boardwalk Water Park. It is actually the roller coaster you pass on the way to Wildcat's Revenge. As you make your way through Pioneer Frontier, you first see the ride's station and its ride sign, which is a cool visual. Fahrenheit has a pretty good tagline, which says 97 degrees and falling fast. That 97 degrees actually refers to the steepness of the first drop, but more on that in a moment. To reach the ride entrance, you actually go past the station, which has these Fahrenheit banners all over, and take a left. As you turn the corner, you see the ride's waiting brake and the entrance queue. You actually walk under the waiting brake as you enter the queue, which provides another great visual. While the queue has no theming, you definitely get great views of the coaster's lift hill, first drop, and its layout. You will enter the station by climbing up some stairs. Once in the station, you see one of Fahrenheit's 3 6-row, 12-passenger trains, and these trains have the Intamin soft over-the-shoulder restraints, the same ones you can find on I-305 and Stormrunner. Once you have pulled down and secured your over-the-shoulder restraints and cleared dispatch, you proceed out of the station and take a right-hand turn towards the lift hill. Unlike other roller coasters with a lift hill, Fahrenheit's lift hill is not just a means for beginning the ride. It is an element in and of itself. You will engage the lift hill to start your 121-foot ascent straight up at 90 degrees. As you crest the top of the lift hill, you plummet down the first drop, falling in on yourself at 97 degrees. And you get a great pop of airtime on this first drop. While you will feel it even while sitting towards the front of the train, given their shorter length, the first drop shines in the very back row. At the bottom of the first drop, you then rise up into the first half of Fahrenheit's Norwegian loop, which briefly banks you towards the right before diving downwards into another valley. You then rise into the second half of the Norwegian loop, which briefly banks you towards the left before diving downwards and flying into Fahrenheit's Cobra Roll. As you come out of the Cobra Roll, you might even get a slight pop of airtime depending on where you are sitting. Out of the Cobra Roll, you enter a whippy corkscrew, straighten for a moment, and enter another whippy corkscrew. You then take a high banking right-hand turn up into an ejector airtime hill, which delivers some incredible airtime for everyone on the train, followed by a forceful banked left-hand turn up into the final brake run. Fahrenheit is a great ride, and it is crazy how it is the only ride of this type Intamin ever did. It's Intamin's take on a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, coasters that are primarily about the vertical lift hill and beyond vertical drop. And you know what? Intamin did it better. Unlike a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, Fahrenheit has more than just its 97-degree first drop. It has one of 2 Norwegian loops in the world, some subtle airtime moments, great whip on those corkscrews, and an incredible ejector airtime hill towards the end of the ride. This coaster is a lot of fun and easily one of the better coasters at Hersheypark. But Fahrenheit has a few aspects about it worth mentioning. The first aspect is capacity. Fahrenheit has some of the longest lines at Hersheypark. A wait for this coaster in the middle of the summer can easily extend beyond 2 hours. So definitely try to hit this coaster either early in the morning or towards the end of the night when Hersheypark crowds aren't too heavy. The second aspect is that this coaster is short. While it has a great layout with some really cool elements and some sneaky good airtime, Fahrenheit is definitely over in a flash. It is definitely easy to get off of this ride feeling a little unsatisfied, but only regarding its overall length. The final aspect worth mentioning is that it has developed a little bit of a rattle, especially during its Cobra Roll. But this rattle does not take away from the ride at all. It is just something worth mentioning. Overall, Fahrenheit is a great ride that has a little bit of everything. It truly is unique, and its airtime hill has some of the best ejector airtime at Hersheypark. For a final score, we give Fahrenheit an 8 out of 10. This coaster is definitely compact, but it uses its layout very well. So, let us know in the comments if you have ridden Fahrenheit at Hersheypark, and if so, what you think about it. And if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe to see more coaster content like this. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more coaster reviews and amusement park content from Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.